G321 evaluation. Question 5. How did you attract and address your audience? Part 1. In this part, I'll talk about characters, costume, lighting, and soundtrack, and how we attract our audience. With the characters, females were used to attract other young female girls to watch it, as they will be able to relate to the characters. Our main protagonist was Sophie, who was a teenage 18-year-old female, and younger girls will be able to relate to these because they're going through the same point in life as Sophie, so they understand the issues and the main traits in one young girl. With the costume, modern day clothing is used so that a demographic can identify the clothing being worn by females and the trends and latest fashions, and this will attract females to come and watch this film. Noir clothing is also used, such as suits and trilby hats, which attract our secondary demographic of 45 plus, so they can identify the noir in this thriller, and it will appeal to their taste as well as the younger audiences as well. The necklace is quite expensive and is of middle class value, so it will attract females to watch it into the styles and aspire that if they can mirror Sophie, then they can have the same accessories as she does. The costumes being worn are important as the audience will be able to identify the character's taste and that again be able to mirror the characters involved. And if they see the same trends and fashions, they're more likely to have this film appeal to them. For example, in my thriller Cold Case, the main character, Sophie, wears casual fitting fashion clothes in the modern day, so this will attract other modern day young girls to wear what she's wearing, and they'll be inspired by this. Also, it doesn't matter whether you're a working class girl or middle class girl, it will appeal to you because all the girls enjoy their fashions and they always want to see what's new, and seeing what other characters are wearing, it will appeal to them this way. Males who wear suits are interested in noir thrillers. They'll be happy to watch this film because it has thriller conventions in it. For example, Henry Lyne wears a suit and a trilby hat, which makes him seem like he's from the 1950 period with all the noir, which is suited for our demographic with older males and our middle-aged male, and our secondary age of 45 plus will appeal to this. For example, The Third Man shows most of the characters in suits, for example Holly and Harry Lyne. Teenage and young adult males can also be attracted to this film because of the females dominated in it, because it will be interested in watching them in the modern day and seeing what it's like in comparison to a modern day generic conventions of a thriller of mainly males, and see how it's challenged. They'll be intrigued by this and they'll be attracted to watch it from there. The copycat killer only has a brief role in this, but he wears a hoodie, which is a common clothing worn by males, especially the younger generations, and this is a reference from kidulthood, where boys in council estates wear hoodies and cause trouble in the neighbourhood. Lighting use also attracted our audience with their use of noir lighting. It establishes the noir type in this thriller, which will attract the older audiences as well as the noir fans. Ambient lighting is also used, and it's faded as we go along, so you can recognise the darkening scene which builds up the suspense of the cliffhanger, which can be identified from thriller fans, which will be attracted to this because as it builds up to the cliffhanger, the thriller fans know that something is going to happen and danger is upon us. Soundtrack used, a modern day soundtrack is used because we thought it would be suitable. It creates some tensions and has a very spooky vibe to it. Quite a frightening piece. For example, with a puddle shot, the music increasingly becomes more powerful, and it's scary, and it links in well with the shot and shows the presence of Henry Lyne. It starts fairly slow in the beginning, in establishing the thriller opening. This builds up tensions to the cliffhanger, where it increases, and for example, when it goes to the over-the-shoulder shot of Henry, its sound begins to build up, and then at the end, when she drops the necklace, it goes back to how it was in the beginning. This will also, it's quite a classic type, so it appeals to ages 45 plus. For example, the Harry Lyne theme tune was attractive in The Third Man, but it's quite a different sort of soundtrack to ours, but it's an example that will attract the older audiences to watch this. And this soundtrack will also be helpful to media students, finding 10 soundtracks that they'll be able to create their own thriller, and it it'll be very beneficial to them to watch this, which will also attract them to watch this film.